I never thought I'd be the kind of girl to have a happy ending at a massage parlor. Those were the words I said to myself as I walked out, flushed and breathless, from what I thought would be a routine appointment. Hi, I'm Nina, and I'm here to tell you about the day a massage turned my world upside down. It's a story of unexpected pleasure, crossed boundaries, and a journey of self-discovery that I never saw coming. As I walked into the massage parlor, my mind was preoccupied with the usual stresses of life. Work deadlines, relationship woes, and the general chaos of being 25 in the city had left me tense and in desperate need of relaxation. I expected nothing more than a standard massage to work out the knots in my back and shoulders. The receptionist greeted me warmly and led me to a dimly lit room. The soft music and scent of lavender instantly began to calm my nerves. I changed into the provided robe and settled onto the massage table, face down and ready to let go of my worries. When the masseur entered, I barely glanced up, assuming it would be the same woman who had worked on me before. But the voice that greeted me was deep and masculine. "Hello, Nina. I'm Alex. I'll be your massage therapist today." I felt a momentary flutter of surprise, but quickly dismissed it. Professional was professional, right? As Alex began to work on my shoulders, I tried to relax into his touch. His hands were strong, yet gentle, expertly finding the tense spots in my muscles. As the massage progressed, I became increasingly aware of the warmth radiating from Alex's hands. Each stroke seemed to linger a bit longer than necessary, his fingers tracing patterns on my skin that sent tiny shivers down my spine. I found myself holding my breath, hyper-aware of every point of contact between us. The power of touch and human connection is well documented, and I was experiencing it firsthand. My body began to respond in ways I hadn't anticipated. My heart rate quickened, and I felt a warmth spreading through me that had nothing to do with the heated massage table. Alex's hands moved lower, working on my lower back and hips. His touch remained professional, but there was an undercurrent of something else, something that made my skin tingle, and my thoughts wander to places they shouldn't during a routine massage. As he worked on my legs, I couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't a typical massage anymore. The atmosphere in the room had shifted, charged with an unspoken tension. I found myself torn between the desire to relax into the pleasurable sensations and the nagging voice in my head telling me this wasn't quite right. When Alex asked me to turn over, I hesitated. I knew I was at a crossroads. Should I end the massage now and leave? Or should I see where this unexpected turn of events might lead? My heart raced as I considered my next move. What happens when desire and morality collide? As Alex's hands hovered expectantly, waiting for me to turn over, I found myself teetering on the edge of a choice that could change everything. The air crackled with possibility, and I knew that whatever I decided next would set in motion events I couldn't take back. Taking a deep breath, I slowly turned over. Alex's eyes met mine, and I saw a flicker of something. Anticipation, perhaps? His hands resumed their work, but now there was an undeniable shift in the atmosphere. His touch became lighter, more teasing. Fingertips grazed my collarbone, trailed down my arms, leaving goosebumps in their wake. My mind raced, caught between the growing warmth in my body and the voice of societal expectations screaming in my head. This wasn't supposed to happen. I came here for a massage, not this. But as Alex's hands worked their magic, those thoughts began to fade, replaced by a haze of sensation. I found myself hyper-aware of every touch, every breath. The soft music faded into the background, replaced by the sound of my own heartbeat pounding in my ears. My skin felt electric, every nerve ending alive and singing. I caught myself arching slightly into his touch, my body betraying my internal conflict. As Alex's hands moved lower, skimming the sides of my ribcage, I felt a jolt of heat shoot through me. My breath caught in my throat, and I saw his eyes darken in response. The rational part of my brain tried to assert itself, reminding me of the inappropriateness of the situation. But my body had other ideas. Research has shown that arousal can significantly impact decision-making, and I was experiencing this firsthand. The logical arguments against what was happening seemed to dissolve with each passing moment, replaced by a growing need for more. Alex's movements became more purposeful, each touch designed to heighten my senses. He worked on pressure points I didn't even know existed, sending waves of pleasure coursing through my body. I found myself biting my lip to hold back a moan, my fingers gripping the edges of the massage table. As his hands moved to my thighs, I knew we were approaching a point of no return. The tension in the room was palpable, a living thing between us. Alex paused, his eyes meeting mine in a silent question. In that moment, I realized the next move was mine to make. In the span of a heartbeat, our entire dynamic shifted. The professional veneer cracked, revealing something raw and electric underneath. What happens when unspoken desire finally finds its voice? As Alex's fingertips hovered just above my skin, I felt the last threads of my inhibitions begin to unravel. Alex's touch became unmistakably sensual. His hands glided along my sides, fingertips tracing patterns that sent shivers through my body. The pretense of a therapeutic massage had vanished, replaced by a deliberate exploration of my curves. I caught his gaze, heavy with intention, and felt a rush of heat flood my cheeks. Despite the growing intensity between us, a final flicker of hesitation held me back. This wasn't what I had come here for. Was I really going to cross this line? But as Alex's hands continued their tantalizing journey, my resolve weakened with each passing second. Our bodies engaged in a silent conversation. Alex's fingers applied gentle pressure, questioning. My breath quickened in response, inviting. His palm slid along my thigh, and I found myself parting my legs slightly, granting unspoken permission. The air grew thick with anticipation as we communicated our desires through touch and subtle movements. Experts say that up to 93% of communication is nonverbal, and in that moment, I understood why. Every gesture, every held breath, every lingering touch spoke volumes. Alex's body language radiated confidence tinged with restraint, waiting for my final consent before taking things further. The tension built to a fever pitch. Alex's hands moved with agonizing slowness, each caress bringing us closer to the point of no return. My skin felt hypersensitive, alive with electricity. I arched my back slightly, pressing into his touch, silently begging for more. Finally, Alex made the move that shattered the last barrier between us. His lips brushed against my neck, feather-light at first, then with increasing pressure. A soft gasp escaped my lips, and I felt him smile against my skin. In that moment, we crossed the line from professional to deeply, irrevocably personal. The air around us seemed to crackle with tension and possibility. We teetered on the edge of something explosive, both of us acutely aware that there was no going back from here. They say the moments before a first kiss last an eternity. As Alex and I stood frozen in anticipation, I wondered, would crossing this line be a moment of ecstasy or regret? The answer was just seconds away. Our eyes locked, and in that instant, all the tension that had been building reached its breaking point. The final shreds of hesitation dissolved as Alex slowly leaned in, his gaze never leaving mine. My heart raced, and I found myself meeting him halfway. When our lips finally met, it was like a spark igniting a fire. The kiss started soft and tentative, a gentle exploration, but it quickly deepened, fueled by the pent-up desire we'd both been holding back. Alex's hands cupped my face, his thumbs caressing my cheeks as our mouths moved together with increasing urgency. I ran my fingers through his hair, pulling him closer. The sensation of skin on skin was electric, every touch amplified by the buildup of anticipation. Our breathing became ragged as the kiss intensified, tongues intertwining in a dance of passion. Studies have shown that first intimate encounters can trigger a flood of neurotransmitters and hormones in the brain, creating a cocktail of excitement, arousal, and attachment. In that moment, I felt it all. A heady rush of dopamine, the warmth of oxytocin, the thrill of adrenaline coursing through my veins. As our kisses grew more heated, Alex's hands began to roam, tracing the curves of my body with a reverence that made me shiver. I arched into his touch, craving more. The massage table creaked beneath us as we shifted, seeking to eliminate any remaining space between our bodies. The world outside ceased to exist. There was only Alex, only this moment, only the growing fire between us. Each caress, each kiss, each shared breath brought us closer to the edge of something profound and irrevocable. When we finally broke apart, gasping for air, I knew everything had changed. The aftermath of our passionate exchange began to sink in as we stared at each other, flushed and breathless. What had started as an innocent massage had transformed into something far more intense and unexpected. As I left the massage parlor that day, my world had shifted on its axis. What began as a routine appointment had blossomed into an unexpected journey of self-discovery. The encounter with Alex awakened something within me, a newfound boldness, a deeper understanding of my own desires. In the days and weeks that followed, I found myself approaching life with a fresh perspective. I was more open to new experiences, more in tune with my body and its needs. The lingering memory of Alex's touch served as a reminder that pleasure could be found in unexpected places. This experience taught me the value of embracing life's surprises. Sometimes, the most transformative moments come when we least expect them. I've learned to trust my instincts and to be open to the possibilities that each day might bring.